Welcome to Guatemala.
Today we are in Chapinlandia. So today we are going to be eating a lot of Guatemalan food. We decided to do this because we are representing for all of the Central Americans out there. So I am Guatemalan American and Barry is
Salvadoran American.
Both sides of our parents are from Central America, and we want to get our representation up and out there. The primary reason we did AdondeVos and decided to name it is because of our Central American background, and we thought that's something that's fitting to the both of us. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Adonde means like where or where to, and Vos means... Vos is like another way... Really? Vos is like another way of saying through or you. So AdondeVos essentially means like where to y'all, where we going.
Yeah.
That's the meaning behind it. So we thought it'd be very fitting for our channel to do a mukbang with all of this Guatemalan food.
I just really wanted to eat, if I can be honest.
And on top of that, the perk is that we get to eat all this really bomb food.
The cool thing is that we have a local place not too far from us. So we went to Chapinlandia. It's an actual place, actual restaurant market right here close to where we're from, Southgate on Tweedy. We'll put some of the information somewhere out here. They have almost everything you can think of that's relevant to Guatemalan culture, Central American culture. Outside of being a restaurant, they also are a market. Yeah. So you can buy things like Tortrix, which are very, very traditional chips from Central America. Specifically, I think in Guatemala. I think we have a little different ones. Tiky sodas, which is another, I guess, Guatemalan thing. Okay. We have some in El Salvador, but I don't think they're as popular as Guachampan, which is like the dominant soda for us.
Okay, so we have a variety of foods here. First, we have what is it called?
This was called the Breakfast Chapinlandia. So this one has huevos to your liking, so we can have them scrambled, sunny side up. They offer an option which is scrambled with veggies, so it's typically onions, tomatoes, sometimes bell peppers. It also comes with black beans, which is very traditional. There's sour cream. You can have your choice of a steak, a carne asada, or adobada, which is, I think, a marinated pork. And they also offer chorizo or longanizas, and I think longanizas are just a little different type of chorizo.
And it's also really popular in Guatemala. If my dad went to Guatemala and he heard longaniza, he'd be all about it and really, really excited.
I personally am not big on either chorizo or longanizas, but I do know that they're very traditional because even for us, the chorizos, Salvadoran chorizos look just like that. So I know that's definitely something that's a part of the culture.
I eat everything.
And obviously handmade tortillas, so can't go wrong with this. Is typical. This is like what you would get in any Guatemalan restaurant anywhere in Guatemala, and yeah, it's really, really good.
We also have a chuchito, and just to sum it up, it's a small tamale-like tamale.
Yeah.
It's really good. I don't know, my grandma makes these. This is a little bit different. It has like some recado and cheese on top, but my grandma usually just stuffs them really, really big, but I'm excited to try this one. This is also a very popular dish of ours. It is an enchilada, and I know everyone's used to seeing enchiladas like a lot different. We actually put our enchiladas on a tostada. So it's a tostada filled with beets, different vegetables, and you cut it up with an egg on top and some cheese.
When I first had it was with Arleen's family. I think your mom made it.
Yeah, my mom.
And when you said enchilada, I thought literally what any Latin person outside of Guatemala would think an enchilada is, which is an enchilada from like a Mexican restaurant. Yeah. So when they gave me that, I was like, what is this?
It's a game changer.
This is, let me see if I can just pull it up to the camera real quick.
I know, can we start eating it?
Getting dirty. So this has, that's good. Well, I spilled a little bit. But you know what? So this has
I'm so picky with my food. I hate when shit mixes.
This has beets, hard-boiled egg, a lot of lime, I think. Type of recado, which is potato-based, I think. Mm-hmm. I think we're both salivating.
I know, mixed with veggies.
Mixed with veggies.
Barry has helped my mom make it, so it's really...
I'm pretty much...
he's a master at this.
I'm pretty much a professional at this. But it's really, really good, and I highly recommend it. I think anybody, if you try it, it's a little different because I'm not a beets person, but...
It's good. And then this is a tamal. I love tamales. I was super excited because a couple weeks ago we actually went and they didn't have any, and today they did. And it's just a tamale. It's a bigger version of the chuchito, and it's usually stuffed with a lot of chicken and recado as well. And then we call this pan francés. I know a lot of people are used to eating like bolillo, but this is a different type of bread. It's called pan francés. It's a little harder.
It's a little flakier, I think.
Yeah, flakier, but the taste is just different. It doesn't taste like
it's
a bolillo.
Yeah,
It's like this is like
something special about it.
Touch.
Yeah.
And then I'll let you talk about the rellenito.
The rellenito is just a fried plantain stuffed with black beans. You can stuff it with black beans. You can stuff it with sweet creams if you want more of a dessert thing. This one actually just came with the Chapinlandia plate. And
fried plantains are huge for Central America.
I'm surprised we didn't get it. I think we got this instead of.
I think you got.
Yeah, I messed that up.
But I mean, fried plantains are.
It's a staple. I think
it's a staple.
A lot of my friends found it weird eating sweet plantains for breakfast or with beans, or like people see that as really strange. And I've always grew up with it, so I never knew anything different.
It's part of our culture, and I think this is why we're doing that as well, because growing up we grew up in Southeast LA. And I think we've always been very underrepresented. So I just remember being little. I don't know about you, but a lot of people are like, that's weird. Why are you eating bananas? And you have to go into like the whole explanation, like it's not bananas.
But when they try it, it's a whole different thing. They're like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah.
Duh.
So if you are not open to Central American food or haven't tried it, we really recommend to give it a try and be open to different ideas, because look at all that you're missing out on.
I can just keep staring at the food.
Oh,
we might have to do a Salvadoran mukbang next to show who's really the better.
That's not even a question.
I know, Salvador. All right, let's get started.
So we got some questions on Instagram. Alex Sirs
shout out to Alex, shout out to Pantone294. If you guys are Dodgers fans in LA, you guys definitely heard of Pantone. They do crazy trips, all full experiences, man. I highly recommend it.
He said unique all Guatemalans.
What was your question?
I don't think you necessarily have a question, but I think you're saying that Guatemalans are unique, and I'll take it.
Alex is Guatemalan, so I think he's biased, so...
Rude!
I'll let it slide,
And then somebody else said Guatemalan candies and snacks. So I think one of the favorite snacks in Guatemala are Tortrix. I know that when I was little, or still even till this day, my Papa Nino, who's my grandpa, or like any relative that has traveled to Guatemala, when they go, the number one thing that we all ask for is Tortrix. My Papa Nino's so cute. So he's like a little old man, but he's really cute because he'll literally fill up an entire maleta filled with just Tortrix for the family. For all the
grandkids.
And so everybody, when my grandpa comes from Guatemala, like fights to go pick them up just so that they can have Tortrix.
First dibs.
First dibs, and we usually take all the good flavors. I like the picante flavors. This is what they look like. I like the picante flavor. Very got the chile de limon. That's the limon flavor, but the most traditional or the most popular flavor is barbacoa.
Honestly,
barbacoa.
Honestly, it tastes like Fritos.
They taste like Fritos, but with a twist. Chuchitos?
I don't think I've ever had one of those, actually.
What? It's annoying.
That's why I don't know. What's the difference of that and a regular one?
La masa?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't done, y'all.
Ha! It's getting cold.
La masa?
Oh, it's thicker.
Yeah. How do you say masa in English?
Masa. It's a thick tamale. Is what it really is. Like Mexicans have a little softer texture. This one's like a thick, almost.
It's just like a chunky.
Like potato?
No. You're wrong.
Alright. So I'm not the expert in enchiladas, but I'm gonna explain to you how.
I'll let Barry explain them because he's made them, like with my mom. Like they'd be in the kitchen.
That's too much credit right there.
Stirring
Give me way too much credit. So I've never had it from Chapinlandia. It looks a little different. It looks really pretty actually. So the way, I'm assuming the proper way to eat it, you just stuff up the tostada. Mm-hmm. And make sure to add the beets. I think they have these little corn things too.
That's interesting. I've never had it like this. It's made a little bit different.
Yeah. You add a little bit of hard-boiled egg. And I think you add like lime or something on top, or queso. But this one has cheese on top. And you just go at it.
And like with that, I think a lot of Guatemalan food, there are different recipes, or everyone has like a special touch of the way they make it.
Bomb. And the crazy thing is that Central American food is so inexpensive because it's so like bien sencillo. Very basic ingredients. I mean, they're in a positive way.
Okay.
Like, there's no fluff, no filler, not a ton of ingredients, not a ton of spices. It's just super like good quality ingredients.
This is our Guatemalan tamal. This is your traditional meal, and we eat our tamales with pan francés.
Yeah, my dad does that too all the time.
So typically you like squeeze a lime on top of this. It's so good. It's like bien sabroso. You either can break up your pan francés and eat it with bits, like with your tamale. Some people have done this. My dad has done this. You cut up your pan francés and you stick some tamale in there and you eat it like a torta.
I think Guatemalan tamales and Salvadorian tamales are almost the same.
I don't think so.
They're cooked in the banana leaf. They have the same texture. I think maybe the recado is different. I don't think we're heavy on that. So yeah, so this rellenito, plantain, beans, sweet.
Yeah, typically we wouldn't really order this because it's not like in our tradition. Like I wouldn't order it.
These things take a little more time, so they'll usually make, instead of this, plátano fritos. So you just cut up some plátanos, fry them up, super easy, quick, and that's more traditional than this. A big thing in Central American culture, you eat with your hands. So if you see us just grabbing things,
that's normal.
That's just normal for us. Like,
don't think we're dirty.
It's a big thing. I don't know if it's
don't think we're nasty.
It's just the culture. You know, when you eat like for us, when we eat pupusas, if you use a knife and a fork,
you're
not really Salvadorian. So nothing against it, but just typically that's how everybody's grown up.
All right, Guatemala. Obviously, I'm Guatemalan. I had actually never been to Guatemala. I think my parents are a little bit traumatized from like having migrated to this country, and for that reason, like it kind of took a toll on like their memories of the country. Long story short,
they came at a young age too, so that's
my parents came at a really young age, and then I think as an immigrant in the U.S., like a lot of people can probably relate and like know that struggle, and it just traveling to Guatemala was just like never something that we did. So the first time we went was because I bought my parents tickets. I think it was like Mother's Day or Father's Day, but we bought them tickets, and I was like, I really want to go visit Guatemala. I want to know like where my roots.
It was more for Arleen than it was for her parents, to be honest.
Yeah, but they enjoyed it and they loved it, and we all had a really good time. And I just wanted to go like get to know it. I didn't know that I was going to like completely love it and go back more times. So
I personally, honestly, I didn't think I like it in the beginning. I was not the most excited because I don't know what Guatemala consists of, what they're known for, anything. So I kind of just went with the flow. I went with no expectations really at all.
Everything is like 1,000 times more beautiful in person.
Yeah.
Like I just remember going and like from Antigua to Atitlan to Izabal, like when you step onto that ground or onto that lake or into that tierra, how do you say tierra? Dirt road, whatever, you're just like, how is this real?
When you get to Antigua, it's so like you're taken back into time. That's why when we went to Cuba, it wasn't such a culture shock because it was very similar. So the roads are all like cobblestone roads. The buildings are all rustic and run down, but in a beautiful kind of architectural way. There's a ton of food, a ton of places to eat, a ton of places to drink. The nightlife there is crazy.
It's funny because, like Barry said, the city itself, it's made up of like cobblestone. So when you walk through the road, it's
you need
all
comfortable
like
shoes to walk.
Yeah.
I went in Vans the first day, next day.
Your feet are gonna turn flat if you don't wear comfortable shoes. The city looks really, really old, but it's also in a sense very modernized. Like you can buy acai bowls there.
You can find everything.
You can find everything. Like you can go clubbing, you can go bar hopping. There's a brewery.
Yeah, property's really cheap, so I think a lot of people just picked that up and bought property, made small little restaurants, small little boutique hotels, and have just been winning off of that because
the hotels are so cute.
The boutique hotels are crazy. So after Antigua, I went to Atitlan, right?
Yeah, we've been to Atitlan. It's called Lago Atitlan.
Yeah. So the drive from Antigua to Atitlan is about 2.5 hours, I think.
Yeah. That drive was scary though.
You go around some mountainside, but once you go up a mountain and then you go around it and you come down. But as you're coming down, you see this lake, and to me, it felt like one of those. I don't know if I've ever been to like a wonder of the world, but it felt like a wonder of the world type of experience where you just see it and you're like, it's so big, it's so blue. That's like.
And growing up in LA,
you don't see that.
Never see.
It's things you see in movies, things you see in TV shows. Like this exists in the world. I think that was my first experience, and I was like, wow, like, we need to travel more because that to me was just like a jaw-dropping experience.
One place that I was very, very excited to go see was Lake Izabal. So this was a little bit of a mission because...
It was a lot of a mission.
It was a lot of a mission. We landed in Guatemala City, and Izabal is actually 8 hours away from Guatemala.
It's 4 to 5 hours. It took us 8 hours to get there.
It's 4 to 5 hours away from Guatemala City, so it took us 8 hours to get there.
That's what was the problem. I mean, I think there was a lot of road construction. There was a lot of there's a lot of actually auto accidents. A lot of flipped over trailers. We
were in a big van, and there was air conditioning because if there wasn't, we would probably not make it
for sure
and die. Took forever to get there. Was it worth it though?
There's a ton of things to do, and it's very tropical. So like to get from point A to point B, like from Rio Dulce to Livingston, you have to take a little boat. That's your means of transportation. You can't just drive across the lake. You have to go into the lake, into the jungle to get into these small cities. So there's a big fishing community. There's a big just restaurants kind of on the side of the water that you just pull your boat in and you go in and you eat and all this kind of stuff. And it's crazy. It's a crazy experience. But it's something that you can only experience by actually being there. There's nothing that we can kind of explain for it to make sense.
Or compare it to.
You can't I can't compare it to anything. So it's one of those things that, like I said, like I had no expectations going into it. But once we did that, I was like, man, like this is something else.
And I don't know. For me, it was just really nice to see like where my roots come from. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but it's really, really cool.
So I can feel Arleen heavy breathing, and I think we should just start.
I'm sweating, and I'm like hot, and like my pants are tight.
She has leggings on.
And I have leggings on, guys.
All right, so this is a Milojas. This is I don't know if it's traditional. To be honest, I don't know enough about it. I know my dad loves this. My mom loves this.
How do you explain it?
It's a common thing. I think even like
I think they're called like Napoleon. How do y'all do this? Like,
you good? You need Tums? You need a nap?
I'm gonna need a nap. So it's like crispy, flaky.
The reason it's called Milojas is that I think it has a bunch of like layers.
Like literally
layers of
yeah. And it has some like sweet cream in the middle, and I think the top is just like migajas. I don't know how to say that in English. It's weird. I know how to say some things in Spanish that I can't say in English, and vice versa.
Break it apart.
Oh my god.
That's really good.
I don't know how to explain this.
It's crispy, flaky,
and creamy.
Creamy. Very light. So it's not that heavy. Oh, you can eat that, huh? Oh no. We hope this video helped explain a little bit about Central American food, specifically Guatemalan food. Just because I think a lot of people don't distinguish what that is versus any of the Latin food.
And if you're Guatemalan, shout out to you. If you're not Guatemalan, still shout out to you. But I really hope this like resonates with you.
We hope you can relate. This is the reason why we're doing these things, to like kind of touch base with people who we consider like us, who we watch certain videos like these mukbangs, we never see like a good Central American representation of it. And I think that's something that we're trying to do on this channel, whether it's traveling, whether it's food, whether it's our city, kind of highlight these small businesses and communities that are really just not getting the shine they deserve, because clearly there's a ton of food, great culture, great everything that needs to be shown. And if you guys are all for that, we appreciate y'all. Please like this video, subscribe, hit that bell, do all that stuff that these YouTubers do. And if you guys want to see part 2 with Salvadorian food, which is probably gonna be 10 times better.
It's not gonna be 10 times better.
It's gonna be 10 times better. Trust me.
Up there.
It'll be Guatemala and then El Salvador.
Or the other way around. And
it's just what it is. So if you guys want to see that, let us know in the comments below. Let us know what you liked, didn't like. We're still new to this. We have nothing to do during quarantine, so we figured let's pick up the camera and get this going. So shout out to all you guys. Thank you for watching. See y'all.
Que viva Guatemala. Dun dun dun.